Where's your car?
I don't have a car.
What do you mean you don't have a car? Just take that, would you?
Whoa, I'm not touching that.
The bleeding hell you do that for?
You might have popped George, mate. I am not going to repeat myself, Petal.
If you don't have any money, might as well just finish me off quick, mate, yeah.
Go on, Arthur.
What?
There's a bunch of blokes about to come in here and kick the shit out of me.
You sexy twat. Imagine seeing you here. You shouldn't be hanging around with his type. Sugar tits.
Looks like you've been reading a bit too much Dungeons and Dragons on the inside, mate.
D&D. You useless.
The film opens with a high-stakes armored truck robbery. A crew of armed criminals ambushes the vehicle and quickly takes control, forcing everyone at the scene to surrender. During the chaos, one employee manages to escape unnoticed. The robbers struggle to open the cash containers and nearly give up, until Devon suggests trying the code 07. To their surprise, it works. They immediately begin loading bags with cash, but their victory is short-lived. The worker who escaped triggers the alarm, forcing the crew to flee before the police arrive. Devon stays behind briefly to wipe fingerprints and rig the truck with explosives. Before leaving, he asks George for his share of the money, and George tosses him a bag. Devon says he'll meet them at the airfield and drives off with his girlfriend, Veronica. The two dream about celebrating their new life at Santa Monica Pier after escaping to the airfield. George is late. Veronica grows nervous and questions why they must leave at night. Devon assures her everything is under control and explains that their partners, Kyle and Toby, are waiting at separate airstrips. Suddenly, sirens echo nearby. Suspicious, Devon checks his bag, only to discover it's filled with worthless paper instead of cash. Before they can react, Officer Jackson and the police surround them. In a desperate attempt to stall, Devon pretends to take Veronica hostage. But when his phone rings, his mother calling, the distraction gives police the opening they need to arrest him. The story shifts to Trent, a powerful crime boss, who is having dinner when he receives troubling news that clearly disturbs him. Devon is sentenced to 8 years in prison, but is released on parole after serving 5 for good behavior. Once free, he seeks out his old weapons supplier, who refuses to help him without payment. Devon reluctantly sells his late father's watch to buy a gun. Determined to confront George about the betrayal, Devon storms into George's office. Inside, George is aggressively pressuring his bookkeeper, Kimber. In self-defense, she strikes him with a vase, fatally injuring him.
You know I say you're gonna do.
No, George, please.
Devon walks in just as George dies. Kimber explains George had been attacking her. Before they can figure out what to do, security rushes in, forcing them to flee. Kimber urges Devon to take her somewhere safe, claiming the police are corrupt and won't believe her. Meanwhile, George's death reaches Trent, who is revealed to be the mastermind behind the robbery crew. Furious, he orders his right-hand man, Wilmore, to eliminate whoever is responsible. Wilmore informs him that Devon, the man they set up 5 years ago, has returned. Devon later confronts Toby, demanding his rightful share of the stolen money. Toby denies owing him anything. During the confrontation, violence erupts. Kimber intervenes when things spiral out of control, and they narrowly escape as Trent's men close in.
This time.
Seeking closure, Devon visits Veronica. He's shocked to discover she now has a child and is married to another man, Adam. She explains that after losing contact with him during his imprisonment, she had no choice but to move on. Heartbroken, Devon leaves, throwing away a postcard of Santa Monica Pier, the symbol of the future he once imagined. Soon after, hired killers track him down, leading to another violent encounter.
This is my morning star.
Realizing he's completely alone, Devin turns to his old partner Kyle for help. Kyle admits that the robbery money was split 4 ways and that Toby threatened him into silence. He insists he was scared and regrets what happened. However, Kyle secretly betrays Devin again, revealing his location to Trent's men. Bishop, one of Trent's enforcers, attacks Devin and even records the confrontation. Kimber grabs the camera during the struggle, and she and Devin barely escape before Officer Jackson's team raids the house. Through the footage from Bishop's camera, Trent tracks Devin's next move. Devin and Kimber stop at a riverside carousel, a place that reminds him of the life he once dreamed of. But Trent and Wilmore find them there to eye in the final confrontation. Wilmore accuses Devin of killing George, Toby, and Kyle. Kimber reveals the truth. She killed George in self-defense. Bishop killed Kyle. Toby died accidentally after being shot in the leg and misfiring his own weapon. Devin finally understands that Trent orchestrated everything, from the original betrayal to the cover-ups. Trent openly admits setting Devin up years ago. He orders his men to finish the job, but Officer Jackson arrives just in time to stop them. Devin survives, but is badly injured and ultimately returns to prison due to his parole violations and involvement in the violent events. Trent, however, is later approached by Jackson for questioning, suggesting his empire is beginning to crumble. 6 months later, Kimber visits Devin in prison. She promises she will stand by him and wait for the day he is finally free, so they can build a better life together.